I am in the beautiful city of Antigua here in Guatemala. It is such a stunning place. It is known to be the most well-preserved colonial city in Central America, and there's cobblestone streets and just beautiful, lush surroundings. There's mountains, volcanoes, and it's just absolutely stunning. I love coming to places like this, places that I never even knew existed before coming here, and so it's a pleasant surprise getting to check out a new city that I didn't even know was on my radar, but here I am, and it's very, very cool. This time around, I only had one day in Antigua, so I really wanted to make the most of it and fit in as much as I could. So I started off nice and early, finding a rooftop terrace where I could enjoy the stunning view and have a nice coffee to get my day going, and just, you know, taking the ambiance. And I just love absorbing new places when I'm there and feeling the energy, and yeah, with a view like this, how can you go wrong? And then I ordered a very typical breakfast, and it just had some toast, some eggs and cheese, and some beans and sauce, and some ham. And I thought it was a great idea to use my piece of toast to cut it, to hold it down while I cut it. And then I realized, nope, a fork is definitely going to work better. So I got the right tool for the job, and that way I could dig in. Clearly though, I was having a hard time figuring out where to start with my meal. Just, you know, one of those mornings. Which bite do I want to take first? I finally got it all figured out. I'm definitely one of those people that likes to make a little sandwich out of things. So I don't like have one little bite of everything. I just pile it together and make a sandwich. There goes my beans right on top. Yep, I don't know, it just works best that way for me. After breakfast, it was time to go for a walk and walk it all off. You cannot be in Antigua and not go for a walk. I feel like this place is literally built for walking. Everything's close together. I went to Central Park. It is so beautiful, and there's lots of people walking around there. It feels so alive, and with the green trees, it also feels super fresh. And right in the middle is this beautiful fountain, and I just happened to get the perfect shot when the birds were flying past, which I absolutely loved. But this is just such a nice place if you just want to come, sit, relax. There's people selling stuff. And then when you walk around in the area, there's lots of shops. You'll find ATMs here, cafes, restaurants, so many different things. The sun was shining and the weather was sweet, the perfect day to cruise around by foot. Right in front of the park is the Cathedral de Santiago, originally built in the 1500s, destroyed in an earthquake in the 1700s, and only partially rebuilt after that. One of the things I love about walking around Antigua is it almost feels like I'm in Europe. I mean, well, I love the cobblestone streets, and I love that from the outside. These buildings just look kind of simple, but when you go in, there's like massive gardens in the back and just beautiful things, just like in Europe. I love it. I also cannot complain about the weather because the weather is perfect. The fact that I can wear jeans, that's shocking because normally in Central America, no, I'm a sweaty mess. But not in Guatemala. I feel amazing. I absolutely love seeing the local women dressed in their traditional outfits. I just think they look so beautiful and the outfits are so stunning. And another thing to note, there's tons of souvenir and gift shops here, so you won't have a hard time finding presents. Next up was the Antigua Brewing Company. Being from Canada, where breweries are part of the culture, of course I had to go in there because, yeah, a little piece of home, but with, you know, the Guatemalan touch. So it was very beautiful inside, and what really surprised me even more than this beautiful water and flower thing, what would you call it? It's not really a fountain, but anyway, it's beautiful. But what surprised me even more than that was their rooftop terrace. Wow, that is stunning. The view is just incredible. I was having the time of my life, just sitting there, enjoying my own company and basking in it all. It was, yeah, something I didn't expect going up those stairs. So when I got up there and seen it, I was like, wow, yes, thank you very much. And I will say the beer, also delicious. I loved every sip of it. Seems like every street that you go down and every corner you turn, there's something else that's full of unique historical charm and something to be appreciated, which I absolutely love about Antigua. I found another little rooftop terrace. This was a tiny one at another very cute little brew pub, so I stopped in for a few minutes just to get out of the sun and once again enjoy that view. I just can't get enough of it because it's too good. Here is another beautiful church that was originally built in the 1500s, destroyed in the 1700s in an earthquake, and then once again rebuilt. The famous ark where everyone who visits Antigua comes to take photos. It was originally built in 1694 to enable the nuns from the Santa Catalina convent to cross the street without being seen, as they took vows of seclusion, and the clock tower was added in the 19th century. Who would have thought that Antigua is home to one of the most beautiful Starbucks in the world? I mean, I sure wouldn't have thought that, and walking in here was just absolutely incredible. So I got myself a little lemonade to cool off, because walking around in the hot sun, it'll get you after a bit, and that rocking chair was pretty nice to sit and, well, rock in. What else would you do, I guess, in a rocking chair? But I was chilling and I was loving it. And as you walk out, I mean, you can just see how beautiful this place is, and all the murals on the walls are so well done and just so full of color, just like Guatemala. It's so vibrant and full of color. I love it. This was the perfect representation of Guatemala. I came across these guys working on the power lines, and I seen other people stopped in the street taking photos and videos, so I figured, well, it was the thing to do. I figured I would do the same thing. So yeah, another stunning historical building, and it's just so charming, I have to say. That's a good word for this. It is charming. I went back to the park to get a few souvenirs. I prefer supporting the small vendors rather than going to the big stores. It's just nice to give them some business as well. It's crazy how the day just flew by. I mean, time flies when you're having fun, but it was already coming soon to sunset. So you know what? I actually headed back to the Antigua Brewing Company because they have the best terrace I've seen all day, and I really wanted to take in the sunset with an incredible view, right? So I did grab a Caesar salad. I needed something fresh and tasty to accompany my vino blanco, and I thoroughly enjoyed my last meal in Guatemala. No, it wasn't a typical meal. It was Caesar salad I could get in Canada, but it was delicious and I loved every bite. I have to say, I literally only skimmed the surface of this beautiful place, and I will definitely be back to really see it much more in depth. This was truly unforgettable. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.